Everybody put your hand up right here, man. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Division titles, man. 5 in a row, man. 5 in a row. Cherish each other. Look to the man on your left. Tell him you love him, man. Tell him you love him, huh? In snow, at home, and in the honor of Coach Levy, what does he say? When it's too tough for them, it's just right for us, right? And what else? Where else would you rather be than what? Right here, right now.
Hey, I'm thankful for you fellas, man.
Likewise.
Again, like Coach said, this doesn't happen everywhere, all right? I'm honored to play with each and every one of you guys, but don't let this, like Coach said, be the finish line, right? Still a lot of season left. We keep getting better. Let's not be complacent with this. We got something to chase. Love y'all. 1, 2, 3!
Wait! Resilient damn football team right here, man. I'm so proud of you guys, man. That same process every week. 1, 2, 3! Wait!
Hello, everybody, and welcome into Week 14 of the Sean McDermott Show. We're presented by Kaleida Health. Coach, it's good to see you. Congratulations on an enormous win over the San Francisco 49ers. 35-10. It's your 5th straight AFC East title. Really something to be proud of. And it's your first 10-2 start since 1991. Best of your time here as a head coach of the Bills. With all the questions and the turnover and the new guys coming into this season, how gratifying is it not only to win the division, but to close it out with 5 weeks left?
Yeah. Oh, geez, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just with all the questions that we had coming into the season, and you're never sure.
Right.
And then to go win another division title, I think, is hard to do, whether you have continuity or not. So just great job by the staff, great job by Brandon and his staff, and the players too. It's just been a real joy to be around.
Yeah. So Josh has another great game. He only threw it 17 times, but he completed 76% of them, 150 yards, a couple of touchdowns, a receiving and a rushing touchdown. I don't know how they're going to divvy that up. If I had him on my fantasy team, do I get double points for that? Anyway, first quarterback in history with a pass rush and a receiving touchdown in the same game. Goes past Jim Kelly for the most franchise touchdowns in a career. How do you keep that MVP stat and all the stuff that comes with that notoriety out of your locker room, or how do you keep it from getting in the way of your ultimate goal?
There's certain awareness, that a certain degree of awareness we have to have about it. I think Josh does a great job just being himself, and I think that's what endears him to his teammates so much. Is he's that farm boy, if you will, from California, and I don't think you're going to change that. He's uber competitive when game time comes, but in the days leading up to that, he's playful and enjoys just being around his teammates.
So your running backs, James Cook, Ray Davis. Cook has 14 for 107 and a touchdown, 65-yard long run, his longest of his career. Almost got to 22 miles per hour when he was running, and it looked like it. I gotta say, maybe it was the snow, I don't know, but he looked fast, right? So, and then Ray Davis, 11 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. The team had 220 yards rushing. It didn't start out this good at the beginning of the year, but how do you describe the evolution and where that running game is now?
Well, we're going to need it. However you describe it, we're going to need it going down the stretch and into the playoffs. And, that line of scrimmage is so important. If you can handle the line of scrimmage, you free your whole offense up and you're able to control the ball. So I give a ton of credit to Coach Cromer and Coach Gunn and what they've done, and also the offensive line overall. I mean, which is not just the O-line, but the tight ends and the receivers who block in that same capacity. So I think Joe Brady's done a great job as well, leaning on the run when it's been working.
Right before the game, and they introduce the defense, and Matt Milano comes out, and the roof comes off the play. It was really good to see him, and you could tell, too, his teammates, he and Terrell Bernard had a little dap up right there before that first snap. It was good to have him back. His teammates said they were excited to see him back in the game. What does it mean for your team to get him back on the field, and how did he play?
He played well. He really did. He got off to maybe a slower start than he would have wanted, but it's to be expected, having not played in X amount of months there. So I think the best is ahead for Matt, and it was great to have him back, and what a welcome back greeting that the fans gave him. I think that's more than suitable for the work that he's put in and how hard he's worked to get back.
All right, Coach, we'll catch up with you later in the show and get some final thoughts on facing the Rams in Los Angeles. Stay with us.
The Game Plan is presented by Energy Mark. Trust Energy Mark for renewable energy supply.
When we come back, Eric Wood breaks down the top plays from the win over the 49ers. Then Dion Dawkins, the Shnowman, is mic'd up for the win over San Francisco.
Chopping Wood is presented by St. Bonaventure University, an official education partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show, and it's time now for another edition of Chopping Wood with our good buddy Eric Wood. Eric, the Bills dominated the defending NFC champs in the snow on Sunday Night Football. Wow, what did you see?
Yeah, the fact that the Bills were able to score 5 touchdowns and rack up over 300 yards of total offense in that weather was beyond impressive. They did a great job of running the football. They utilized their 6 O-line packages well. James Cook was explosive in the game. He went for over 100 yards in just the first half. And then Josh Allen showed why he should be the MVP this year. He had a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and threw 2 more in the game. They were dominant in all 3 phases of the game.
Well, let's start with the Bills' first touchdown. Ray Davis ran it in from 5 yards out to cap off a 13-play, 70-yard drive. What did you see here?
This is an interesting formation here utilized by the Bills. 6 O-linemen in the game, and you actually have Alec Anderson outside of Dawson Knox here. So Alec Anderson's going to do a great job on 94. Mac Hollins, who blocked extremely well all night, he does a great job on the edge. When you get this alignment by the defense, you want to get your running back one-on-one against the corner Ward, and so they get him one-on-one in space, and Ray Davis is going to win this matchup most times, and he takes it in for the score.
And then right after the Niners missed a field goal, James Cook ripped off a 65-yard touchdown run, the longest run of his career. Break this one down.
The Bills make it difficult to align to these 6 O-lineman looks. They put Alec Anderson at first on the left-hand side. They motion him over and then get under center. And you just see great blocking all on the edge. This time, Shakir does a nice job on a block. Mac Hollins, again, doing a great job on the edge. Good push up front by the offensive line. And then we saw both teams' running backs really be effective at times. If you're able to get them into the second level, James Cook makes the safety miss, and then he's off to the races.
Just before halftime, Josh got his first passing touchdown of the game when he found Mac Hollins from 7 yards out. What did you see on this one?
Another interesting formation by the Bills. They put Mac Hollins in the backfield as the running back, and then they split him out wide to the right. Maybe a mismatch that they liked in the game. But Josh does a great job going through all of his progressions here. The offensive line gives him plenty of time to do so. And then ultimately, Josh decides, I'm just going to give my 6'4" receiver a chance on the outside, who essentially boxes out the corner, uses his leg. This is also a really accurate throw by Josh to be able to put it right on his back shoulder, let him have a hands catch on the outside for a touchdown.
Okay, then in the second half, Josh hits Amari Cooper with a little dart, and then Cooper pitches it back to him for the touchdown. Take me through this wild play.
Yeah, this is going to be on highlight reels probably through the end of the season and all throughout the offseason. So this is actually a run play. We see Josh Allen throw out of these run plays fairly often from under center. This is that old school RPO where it's the old school run pass option, but it's from under center. So you have that backside slant that you can hit. We've seen Keon Coleman catch a bunch of these this year. Well, Josh throws it behind him and thinks that it might be an interception. So he starts pursuing the play. Amari Cooper, who said he's never thrown a lateral during a play in his life, sees Josh, and I'm not sure if Josh was saying pitch it or what, but he gets him the ball, and then Josh does a Superman impression, fully extending over the pylon for the touchdown.
And there you have it. Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We'll catch up with you after the Rams game.
Yep, sounds good. Looking forward to it, Steve.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, the Shnowman Dion Dawkins is mic'd up for the win over the 49ers. And later on, we take a deep dive into some next-gen stats on Sportsology.
Mic'd Up is presented by Geico.
Snow brings more snow. They're not used to this in San Francisco. Yeah, you know what I was excited for? First touchdown, they're gonna be little snow effect, man.
Handoff goes to Davis, gonna bounce it outside, race to the pylon, and he dives into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown run.
Come on! The snow is a great aesthetic. That's why they call me the Shnowman. Everybody love the snow.
Here's the handoff to Cook, through a hole, and away, and into the secondary. 40, 30, 20, they're not gonna get him. James Cook goes 65 yards for a touchdown.
Yo, I hit the ground, the gravity said, you ain't sliding, big boy, you rolling. It said,
Takes the snap, quick hitter, thrown behind, but somehow caught, and now lateral to Allen, and reaching for the pylon. Are you kidding me? It's a touchdown. Unbelievable. A catch by Amari Cooper, a lateral to Josh Allen, and he runs the remaining 5 yards for the score.
Hey, yo, Josh, yo. Hey, tough. That's tough. Where's Cooper? Hey, Coop. That's tough. Sorry, I'm sorry. You know, we still got the snow goggles on, man. Can't with the snow, man. Oh, mic'd up sign up. I want to put my helmet on, but my helmet is frozen. Hey, that's another dub. That's 5 years AFC East champs. I don't care what nobody say. That is extremely hard to do, but we did it. Led by McDermott, workhorses like me and the big boys, baby. This is it. I feel like sliding, but I don't know if I should. Should I slide? Oh, I think I should. My helmet is frozen. Hold on. Ah. Ah.
Next up on the Sean McDermott Show, we break down some next-gen stats in Sportsology. Plus, hear Coach's final thoughts on facing the Rams Sunday in Los Angeles.
Sportsology is presented by ECMC. ECMC, bringing hope and healing to Western New York.
The Bills earned their 5th straight division title with a 25-point victory over the 49ers in Week 13. Josh Allen and the rushing offense made putting up 35 points and almost 400 total yards of offense look easy in the snow. Let's take a look at some of the wild stats that helped fuel Buffalo's 6th straight home win. Allen continued his MVP campaign against the 49ers with the lake effect lateral, which will go down as one of the craziest plays in Bills history. During the play, the QB accelerated from 9.7 miles per hour to 16.61 in 1.8 seconds to beat linebacker D. Winters to the pylon for the touchdown. Allen became the first quarterback in NFL history to have a passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown in the same game, and the 4th player to have a receiving touchdown on a pass he threw. Running back James Cook didn't cool down in the snow. Cook racked up 107 yards and a touchdown on 14 carries in Week 13. Cook reached a top speed of 21.85 miles per hour during his 65-yard touchdown run, which is the fastest of his career and the 7th fastest by a ball carrier this season. The RB also had a ton of success when the Bills went with their jumbo package. Cook had 102 yards against the 49ers and leads the NFL with 288 rushing yards and 91 rushing yards over expected running out of jumbo this season. Cook ties for the 3rd most rushing touchdowns in the league with 11, and Allen is top 5 with 26 total touchdowns. Let's see what this offense cooks up for the rest of the season.
After the break, our crew from Buffalo Bills Weekly gives you their game preview for Sunday's showdown with the Rams. Plus, Coach shares what it will take to get the win on Sunday in Los Angeles.
The Bills head to LA this week to take on the Rams in Week 14. The Rams have talent across the board. They've got a young and hungry defensive line with the Defensive Rookie of the Year favorite in Jared Verse. They've got talented receivers and a running back in Kyron Williams, who's top 5 in rushing yards this season. But it hasn't been a recipe for success. They've struggled to put it together. Why is that?
Yeah, they got off to a very slow start this season. Week 1, they lose Puka Nacua to a major injury. He goes on injured reserve, misses the next month. Their offensive line gets banged up at the beginning of the season, and their quality of play is compromised. So they get off to a 1-4 start, and they've been trying to climb out of that hole ever since. But they're in the race for the division title in the NFC West, and really, in reality, only the division winner is probably making the playoffs in the NFC West. So they're fighting for that. There's incentive for them to win football games here down the stretch. And with that wide zone run game that Sean McVay likes to employ, along with Nacua and Cooper Kupp outside, they really put defenses in conflict.
They're 6-6 this season, 20th on offense, averaging just 21 points per game. The matchup to watch this week is an exciting one because it's in the red zone. The Bills tie for third best scoring touchdowns in the red zone 67% of the time, and LA's defense also one of the best. They rank 6th, allowing touchdowns just 47% of the time in the red zone. Why have the Bills sustained success in the red zone this season?
Is their ability to run in the low red zone in particular, but overall in the red zone, they've been fantastic running the football. It's made them two-dimensional down there, which is hard to do when there's not a lot of space, but they force defenses to respect it. I'll give you some numbers really quick. 4th in the NFL in yards per carry in the red zone, 3rd in rushing touchdowns in the red zone, 2nd in rushing first downs in the red zone. But they need to stay in manageable down and distance the entire game. You cannot get into 3rd and 8s and 3rd and 10s with that young athletic defensive line. They will run Josh down. They are that fast. Stay out of 3rd and long in this game if you want to pull this one out without a problem.
I think one thing that's been unique about this team in the red zone is their ability to use several different players. You spoke about the Bills running it in the red zone. James Cook has been amazing in the red zone this season. We've talked about it. That was Josh Allen last season. This season, James Cook is taking over and is turning into a really physical running back when he gets inside the red zone.
Yeah, he's been fantastic at finishing off runs. I mean, he's really a versatile back when you think about it. I was talking about how this year's offense doesn't have maybe as much elite talent at the skill positions as previous versions of the Bills. He's an elite talent. He's one of the elite talents on that offensive side of the ball, and when he has to lower the shoulder, he packs 190 pounds and then seemingly more to get extra yards after initial contact. He's done an excellent job of that, and we know Ray Davis, the rookie, is a road grader.
For more from Brownie and Maddy, including insights from players and coaches, plus exclusive interviews, check your local listings for Buffalo Bills Weekly, also available on Buffalo Bills YouTube.
Coach, you're back on the road. You're going to go face the LA Rams. They're 6-6, coming off a win over the Saints. They're fighting for a playoff spot. That NFC West is a very tight race. It's your 3rd time facing a Sean McVay team. You're 2-0. I mean, you beat them back in 2020 in that opening kind of early in the season. And then in that opening game on Thursday night, you went out and got them. What do you expect to see from this iteration of the LA Rams?
Well, a very urgent team, to your point, Steve, in terms of they're 6-6. They're in the middle of a playoff hunt, but also a division title hunt, and we're at their place, right? So really good quarterback, really good head coach. You can tell from that Saints game that they just played that they're ready to go and they're trying to make a push here.
So they won. Matt Stafford won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. He's having a little bit of an up and down year this year, but it's late in his career. But man, you watch the guy play; he can sling it, right? Yeah. He's got a unique skill set. I mean, he's not a Lamar Jackson type of player, but he's a heck of a player. How do you compare him to any of the other quarterbacks that you've gone against? And what's the toughest part about him to prepare for?
Well, I think, I don't know if you can compare him to anyone. He's great from the pocket. He'll run enough. Yeah. He's got a tremendous arm, and he's got great command of what they're doing offensively, like a coach on the field would. Sure.
So Cooper Kupp won a Triple Crown, a Super Bowl Cup MVP a couple of years ago. Now they have Puka Nacua, who was Rookie of the Year and All-Pro last year. What makes this wide receiver crew? I mean, they're a special twosome out there. how are they going to be difficult to defend? What's the plan?
Well, not getting too far into the film yet. I think more than anything, those two are smart. They're tough. They're also good receivers, right, in the passing game. So both of them block. They kind of use them interchangeably in some instances. So two really good players and two good pickups for them.
All right, Coach, good luck on the road this week against the Rams. We'll catch up with you next week. And for everybody at home, thanks for watching the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. We'll see you next time. And as always, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 716-684-COMP today. And by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places.